T minus 1 minute. T minus 50 seconds. T minus 40 seconds. T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Tonight on Truth Today, deal or no deal? What is the right response to Iran and the situation that's happening globally right now with prophecy? Also, France is dead. We're going to bring you the latest of the Islamic takeover of Western Europe, including France. And I'll start with an update on our movie premiere of The Great American Conflict that we just had in Dallas, Texas. That and much more right now in the special edition of Truth Today. Hey folks, good evening. Thanks for joining us here on Truth Today. Pastor Shahram Hadian with you live, obviously not in studio, but I wanted to get a show out tonight since I did not get a chance to do a show on Tuesday because I was traveling back from Dallas, Texas, where we had the premiere of the documentary, The Great American Conflict, Clash of the Cultures. It was a wonderful event. Praise God. Made some great connections that I'll talk about here in a minute. And thank you all for praying. And also, I'll let you know how you can watch the movie again if you want to watch the documentary. We'll give you the link for that here in a minute to go do that. But yes, this is obviously not our regular time. I am planning on doing a show tomorrow night in studio, back at our studio at 8 o'clock Eastern. Okay, so tomorrow night's show is regular time. Do not miss it. Please join us tomorrow night at 8 o'clock Eastern. But I wanted to, again, I was hoping to do a daytime show, but it worked out to be able to do this tonight better. So thank you all for joining. Again, if you are on one of our other platforms, we're live streaming to Facebook, YouTube, and Rumble. Please remember that Rumble is our main platform. So if you hop over to our Rumble channel, if you're on YouTube or Facebook, remember there's a red button that says join. Just click that red button and you can subscribe to our channel. That's what we ask you to do, folks, is if nothing else, just please subscribe to our channel so you can get the information. You can upload or you can get notified when we go live with content. Again, I apologize about the way that I am addressed tonight. We're at our rental property. I was working all day where we had a issue with a bathroom remodel that we're doing here, and we had to undo a bunch of stuff and working on it. before the weekend. Then I had to come back today after I got back yesterday from Dallas. So I apologize. Normally, I'm in a jacket. I try to be a little bit more dressed up, but this is me tonight. So thank you guys for joining us as is. But again, go to rumble.com/SharahMedian, join, share. Also, of course, if you want to know about our ministry, go to our website. Remember that we're going to be over in North Idaho, June 19th and the 21st at Candlelight Christian Fellowship. Sunday, Father's Day, all 4 services starting at 7:30 in the morning. We'll be there teaching. And then July, Texas folks down in Houston, if you're in the Houston area, I'll be down at Sugarland Bible Church on Sunday, July 26th, morning and evening. We're going to be doing morning, both services, and evening, or the Sunday school and main service, and then evening. So that's July 26th. And we have a packed fall coming up. Worldview Weekend Conference, end of October in Waukesha, Wisconsin. We're going to be, there's a conference in September in Ohio. We're going to have an event down in Nashville. We'll let you know about early September. Back in Texas, we're going to be, anyway, all over the place. We'll be probably at some point back in South Idaho area as well. And then possibly also back in Minnesota. So thank you guys for following us. Check out our events calendar. All right. Also, if you have questions, thank you, Colonel. Yes, you look fine as your character, not your clothing. Thank you. That is, we want to be clothed with the character of Christ, not necessarily appearance. But I try to just be kind of presentable. I feel a little bit sloppish today. Thank you guys for, again, I know we have a small crowd tonight. I figured on that since I did send a text alert out this morning. So I hope you got the text alert, but we're probably going to have a small crowd. Hopefully people will watch this on the replay, share it. Now, tonight, here's our show. Deal or no deal, the right response to Iran and Israel, and also the death of France to Islam. We are witnessing Western Europe die. We're witnessing what's going on, of course, in parts of America, including, my goodness, what's going on in New York City, what's going on in New Jersey, obviously Minnesota, Michigan, Texas. Folks, this Islamic takeover is real. It's accelerating. We're going to continue to be on it, but we're going to talk about that. Before I do that, just very quickly again, good evening from Wisconsin. Yeah, let us know where you're from. We got some Texas folks tonight. Arizona, welcome in the house. I'm tracking it on my phone here with our comments tonight. So if you have questions, it's going to be a little bit of a shorter show tonight. We're going to end right at 9 o'clock, but 9 o'clock Eastern. But if you do have questions, I'll try my best to answer those questions for you at the end. But before I get into this presentation, thank you all for praying for the premiere. We had an amazing, amazing time for the premiere of The Great American Conflict, Clash of the Cultures. Packed house, sold out theater, over 300 and something people were there in the theater for the premiere. And remember again, that now that it is shown, you can, of course you could before, go to salemnow.com. Let me put the link up here as well. So it's watch.salemnow.com. Watch.salemnow.com. And you'll be able to, if you search for that title, this page should come up where you can play the trailer or you can play the movie. And I believe if you subscribe to them, there may be a small monthly charge to subscribe. Maybe some of you can let me know if you've already watched it, but you can watch it there. Let me just put that link up one more time while we're here. I just ask you, please share it. Please encourage others to watch this documentary. It is so important. It is so timely. Joe Concha, who's a Fox News contributor, was there speaking. Eric Stakelbeck from Stakelbeck Tonight was there. He's on TBN. He's on lots of different platforms. And I had not met him before, but we had a great conversation afterwards. And praise God, he's invited me to be on a show June 29th. I think they're going to record it, and then I'm not sure when it'll air. I'll let you know. But I'm going to be on Stacklebeck tonight in June, and then I just got contacted today by another group that is connected with James Dobson. They're in Texas, and they're hopefully asking me to be on with them in September. So the Lord is opening opportunities. As I said, there's another group in Dallas area we're working on doing an event out there. So this is so important, and the reason this is so important is because of the fact that it needs to go out to the churches. So please, I encourage you. It's weird, we're not getting anybody on. Oh, there's one person on Facebook. Finally, we had somebody on Facebook. If you're on Facebook, welcome, hello. Maybe comment, let us know you're there, you're alive. Because man, Facebook, I'm so frustrated with Facebook because they shadow ban us so horribly. I mean, it's just a joke on Facebook. And we're still working on one little glitch with our payment situation with X. There you go. We got a couple more people on Facebook. Yay. So we are going to go on X. That's going to help our viewership. But Facebook is like, man, it's frustrating to see how badly they shadow ban us on Facebook. It's just unbelievable. Like, I'm barely getting any views, any text, any comments on Facebook with 5,000 friends, and then something like 10,000 followers on our page, and nothing, just absolutely nothing. It's just ridiculous. So thank you guys for praying. Again, great turnout. We had a great Q&A, and the Lord is really stirring. But one of the things that was very clear was that it is very important that we pray for the wake up of the church. Though we talked about the political situation in America and in Texas and what's going on with the Islamic movement, it is really, really important to understand that it comes down to the bride of Christ. It comes down to us. It comes down to us praying for a spirit of conviction and repentance in the church. Now, something cool happened because, as you saw, the documentary was supported by Iran Alive Ministry. And so they invited me on Monday. The premiere was on Sunday night. And they invited me on Monday to go to their studio. So I got to go to their studio, and I got to record. And let me just get rid of this image. And by the way, it was a little bit surreal. Here is a picture of me and Frank, who's the producer of the documentary. This was about 30 minutes before, as it was filling up. It was then fully packed by the time we got started that night. And what was crazy was it was a pretty big screen, and I had never seen myself on a big screen. So it was a little surreal sitting there. This is what it looked like. So I was I was in the front row. They had put us in the front row, and the screen was huge in this theater. And so I had never seen my head that big. I don't know if I ever want to see my head that big. So it was kind of weird to see yourself that big. You're like, oh my gosh, that's too big. You see all your blemishes and all the stuff. But anyway, God is good, and He gets all the credit, gets all the glory. But anyway, I got to go on Monday to the Iran Alive Studios, which is just north of Dallas. And I pre-recorded a show on evangelism to Muslims. That was really cool. But what was so cool, and I give all glory to God, is Iran Alive Ministries does live shows that go all over the world to Iranians, but especially into Iran. So it's the first time that I've ever been live. Now, I've recorded shows that have gone into Iran in Farsi and to Iranians in other parts of the world. But this was the first time that I was on a live show at 1:30 Central, which was the evening in Iran, that I got to go actually live on a program talking about Islam, talking about what's going on in Iran, trying to encourage and pray for the Iranian people into Iran. So that was really cool, and just praise God, and I'm so grateful. It was just really, really cool, really cool, and I can't thank the Lord enough for that opportunity, and Iran Live Ministries for that opportunity. So we have started a great relationship with Iran Live Ministries, and Lord willing, we're going to do more together, especially on evangelism to Muslims here in America. That is really, really critical because there really is no concentrated evangelism to Muslims in America. There is no intentional training, equipping, apologetics, polemics, because apologetics, remember, is how we defend our faith. Polemics is how we talk about or critique, a false belief system attacking, or the differences between Christianity and, in this case, Islam. So again, apologetics, defending our faith from any attacks, polemics, more in the area of like how to prepare yourself for arguing against Islam, how to prepare yourself for the sort of conflict that is there, right? And again, if you look at the word, it kind of means more of a hot battle, but we're not trying to battle. We're not going to be hostile, but it is more about how to critique Islam, how to know how to tear apart Islam, break it down so that we can expose it, the hypocrisies, the contradictions, the false teachings, how it contradicts, obviously, Christianity. So please pray for that the Lord would open those doors in the future. It's very, very important. Yes, thank you, Pukiel. Yeah, I have not heard from Vindog yet, so that would be great if you follow up with that. Thank you for that. Okay, so tonight, as we talk about Deal or No Deal, now that I've talked about the documentary, let's talk about this supposed deal. I want to start off by talking about this disturbing article about what Trump apparently, his conversation with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu on Iran, and specifically on what's going on in Lebanon. So Trump admits, he confirmed that, quote, he had a crazy clash phone call with Netanyahu. And that, according to Fox News, President Donald Trump confirmed calling Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, quote, again, forgive me, I'm just reading the quote, effing crazy, in a heated phone call over Israel's military operations in Lebanon, exposing a rare rift between the two world leaders. New York Post Miranda Devine asked Trump on her pod Force One, did you actually call Netanyahu effing crazy? He said, I did. And he went beyond that because he claims he was perturbed, upset. But he says, I was a little perturbed at his constantly fighting with Lebanon. At some point I said, Bibi, we got to stop this. We got to stop this. I really love Bibi and work with him excellently. But that's not all he said. According to this article, he also told him, you'd be in prison if it was not for me. Something to that extent. And this is troubling again. First of all, this exposes the narrative that it is Netanyahu that is controlling Trump. Because if he can call Netanyahu and start yelling at him and getting mad at him and, Yes, Trump can totally be uncouth. I agree. Tim, no, we thank God we didn't encounter any demonstrators. It was a peaceful event. But I'm just really bothered and saddened and upset by this revelation that the President of the United States would talk to the Prime Minister of Israel in this way. So first of all, again, this completely refutes all of the right-wing Tucker Carlson, Groyper kind of camp that claims that Israel runs us, Israel controls us, that AIPAC controls America, AIPAC is their lobby. It is ludicrous, it is ridiculous, and honestly, it is uncouth. Colonels, I agree with you. It is uncouth. And it's, first of all, it's inaccurate. Israel didn't start what's going on with Lebanon. It is Hezbollah in Lebanon that is attacking Israel. Even during the so-called ceasefire with Iran, it is Hezbollah that was launching rockets into Israel. Israel, after October 7th, when Hamas attacked them, backed by Iran, immediately Hezbollah to the north joined the attacks. So they started fighting at that time a minimum of a two-front war. And they've had to take territory in southern Lebanon. And there's been some, unsavory things that have happened there by the IDF. We've covered that before with regards to destroying a cross. And again, I said that when that happened with IDF, we don't know if that was a Muslim IDF soldier or if that was a Jewish IDF soldier. But Netanyahu denounced that. But what's going on in Lebanon is directly as a result of Islam. It's directly as a result of Hezbollah. It is directly a result of Iran. It is Iran that has jumped into the fray, supporting Hezbollah. So it's completely wrong of Trump to accuse Netanyahu, number one. And number two, to then say, basically cut this out. Israel has every right to defend itself. It has every right to defend its territory and its citizenry. And if America was being bombed, missile attack after missile attack after missile attack from both Canada and Mexico, imagine that. If we were being hit, if our cities were being hit both from Canada and from Mexico, would we sit there like a bunch of pansies and take it? Or would someone like Trump say, oh no, we're going to hit back and we're going to hit back hard? And this is the arrogance of Trump. This is the blindness of those who just blanket support him. And then when it comes to this, again, deal, we continue to give, the rope, the lifeline, the oxygen to this regime in Iran. We continue to claim. Now, the only thing that I believe right now is actually having any impact, which may or may not end soon, has been this blockade, has been cutting off their finances. But I'm so sick and tired of this deal. No deal, deal, no deal, deal, no deal, maybe deal. Tomorrow is a deal. Soon is a deal. If they don't do something soon, by Tuesday, they're going to be attacked. By Wednesday, they're going to be attacked. By Sunday, they're going to be attacked. And at some point, this becomes a joke. At some point, we are being laughed at, and Trump is losing the legitimacy. And so I get it. Some people are going to say, oh, well, it's choking them off financially. Yeah, but then they're talking about potentially $12 billion being a part of releasing frozen assets as a result of the so-called deal. Meanwhile, by the way, watch this video of Iran attacking Kuwait. Let me get to this video here. Sorry, 1 second. Where did it go? I think, is this the one? I think, what happened to my video? Let me see if this is the one here. Nope, this is about France. I'm gonna come back to that in a minute. But let me see here. Bear with me, guys. I thought I had my video of by the way, did you guys see that the House voted to limit his War Powers Act? And of course, it's symbolic in the sense of it's not going to matter because he can veto it, and I'm sure he'll veto it because it was obviously not a supermajority. But I really thought I had, oh, here it is. It was on Iran International. Okay, so let me go here and show you this video. So Iran continues, right? Continues to hit their, here we go. You guys can see this now. Let me go bigger. And is that as big as it goes? And here's a video of Kuwait's airport hit by Iranian strike.
هذا الحريق هذه المسيرة طاحت هني فوق أمل الكويت هذا.
So this is what Iran continues to do. Pezeshkian, the president of Iran, and again, this is all part of the regime. So these are not any, get out of your mind, folks, that there's, moderates. Yeah, Jules, the House of Representatives did pass the bill tonight, but it's not going to get signed. So even though the Senate pushed it forth and the House signed it, I think 4 Republicans jumped over and sided with every Democrat. But Trump still has veto power. So Trump is I'm sure he'll veto it because the only way to stop the veto is you have to have a supermajority vote. So it didn't get a supermajority vote in the Senate and the House. So therefore, it is, it's basically a symbolic vote. It was a symbolic rebuke by these 4 Republicans siding with every Democrat in the House. And of course, remember that the Senate vote was largely because Thune was very upset that Trump backed Paxton in Texas instead of Cornyn, and Cornyn lost the primary, and Paxton now is the candidate against Tallarico there in the Senate race in Texas in the second there. Pukiel, what's been over 90 days? Is that the war you're talking about? But yeah, Tim, someone said we are negotiating against ourselves. That's a good deal. So, but I just want you to understand, Pezeshkian, the president of Iran, comes out and says, I'm tendering my resignation because the IRGC, the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, runs the country now. And I said this a number of weeks ago. I said that this is now a completely military takeover. Now, of course, the IRGC has been running, to some extent, been the hard hand of oppression against the Iranian people since 1979. This is nothing new. But the fact now is that even these supposed reformers like Ghalibaf or Pezeshkian or Mousavi or these people that are supposed to be in the parliament or in Pezeshkian is the current president of Iran, it shows you they have no power, and even the clerics are not really in charge. This is now completely a military dictatorship in Iran, complete repression, including members that are not even from Iran in the IRGC. And there is no deal. Who are you who, Mr. President, are you dealing with? Who are you negotiating with? And they keep telling you, oh, we're going to give you our enrichment materials, but then we want a peaceful enrichment program. Oh, we're going to lay down our we're going to open the Strait of Hormuz, and then we're not going to open the Strait of Hormuz. And then they attack ships. My goodness, this is a joke. We are becoming a laughing stock because we keep doing this back and forth. But Jules, yeah, there is no head of Iran. That's the point. There is nobody at the head right now. No, he will be able to veto it because that's unconstitutional if he can't veto it. They passed the bill in the House and the Senate, but the president still has the authority to veto the bill if it does not have a supermajority vote. The only way he can't veto it, if it is, my understanding is, if it is, yeah, and by the way, here, just so you see this, here's a headline for Fox News. Let me share this with you. So you can see right here. Here's the headline: Trump suffers rare House defeat as bipartisan vote moves to withdraw troops from Iran conflict. But now watch this. Where'd it go? The vote is largely symbolic, given an expected presidential veto and a lack of a veto-proof majority. So 215 to 208, you can see there, all Democrats, including 4 Republicans, Massey, of course, Warren Davis in Ohio, Brian Fitzpatrick in Pennsylvania, Tom Barrett in Michigan, were the lone Republicans to buck the president and support the War Powers Resolution. But the successful War Powers vote is largely a symbolic loss for Trump, given an expected presidential veto and the lack of a veto-proof majority. Even if Congress did cobble together a supermajority to force the president's hand, it's unclear whether Trump would ultimately withdraw U.S. forces. So that's being reported from Fox News, just so you guys know. But irregardless, this deal, there is no deal. There is no deal to be had. There is no negotiations. It is like a bad game of, it's a bad game of Howie Mandel doing deal or no deal, back and forth until you lose. Have you ever seen deal or no deal where these people have huge amounts of money and they get greedy and they go for more and they want more, and then they get to the point where they, leave with barely anything? This is what it's going to happen. We lost the opportunity so far to cripple this regime, dismantle this regime. Yes, there's been some things, and I'm not trying to minimize that there hasn't been some impact. And as I said, the biggest impact has been the blockade. The biggest impact has been cutting off $400 to $500 million a day because of the oil not being able to be sold to China and to Russia, or the oil. It's hurting the Arab Emirate nations, Qatar, Oman, United Arab Emirates, to some extent the Saudis. But folks, I'm telling you, who are you negotiating with? And look at this article here. Saudi analyst slams Trump as weak paper tiger who didn't finish off Iran, says Saudis won't make peace with Israel. So remember, the show that I did last week on the 7-year false peace plan lining up on Thursday night, Abraham Accords and the false dominant church. Please go and watch that on Rumble. We talked about that they are now lining this up, and Trump is trying to bring about this Iran deal and connect it to the Abraham Accords, which I went over last week. I showed you that the Abraham Accords are a spiritual false document. It is spiritually promoting a false narrative that Islam is an Abrahamic faith. No Christian should spiritually support it. It is not a diplomatic document, on and on. So again, I encourage you to go watch that show from Thursday night. But this is really, really bad. Jules, I didn't see that there. President Trump now wants to meet with Ayatollah of Iran, Mojtaba. Yeah, where is Mojtaba? They don't even know if the guy's alive. So this is all tactically by Iran. Remember, I said a few weeks ago, if Iran survives, they are going to claim victory, and the people of Iran will be massacred. So Reza Pahlavi has come out, Crown Prince of Iran, and said, "What are you negotiating for? What negotiations when they've killed at least 45,000 people?" And now, by the way, as the internet in Iran has slowly opened up, you're starting to see these videos come out from January 8th, from January 9th, how massive the crowds were throughout Iran. We're talking tens, potentially at 10, 15 million people in the streets of Iran, 1/10 of the population in the streets of Iran, and they killed only 45,000. I'm telling you that number is higher. I'm telling you that my gut is telling me the number is way, way higher. But yeah, Sabbath, as you said, Trump refuses to meet with Reza Pahlavi, refuses to recognize Reza Pahlavi, claims that he's negotiating with somebody. Who they're negotiating with, time will tell. Pookie, exactly. This is why it bothers me that Trump is now calling up Netanyahu and telling him, "Are you effing crazy?" Again, I'm just quoting the phrase, forgive me. It irks me, and it is so childish, because how dare you tell the leader of a sovereign nation that you're going to do what I ask you to do? Cut it out. As if Israel is the one who started the bombing. No. Hezbollah, Hamas, Islamic Jihad, ISIS, the Fatah in the West Bank, previously before that, the PLO, all these groups have been trying to destroy Israel since 1948. Hamas obviously was formed in 93, I think, 92, 93, put on the terrorist list in 97. Hezbollah has been on the terrorist list around that same time. They all are proxies. And you're sitting there telling me that we're making a deal. This is a spiritual deception, folks. It is very concerning. And the fact that they won't recognize I'm just reading some of your comments here. Yeah, that's true about I did not Pookie, I did see the IRGC, yes, weaponizing drones against their own people. That's not a surprise. They have found different ways to kill their own people. They're going to continue. But I want to show you a couple of videos. These are some great videos. The first one I want to show you is some school children. Is this the one? I believe. Let me see here. Yeah, this is awesome. This video came out of Iran. We don't know how old it is, but obviously it's somebody that is supporting the Iranian people. This is at a school where the principal, they do this every single day, where they have the students chant "Death to America, death to Israel." But watch what the students chant in response. Watch. Do we have this here? Yeah. Watch this. Sorry that it's small again. Be nice. Wow. They don't know what to do. So let me make sure you guys understand what they're saying there, and I want to play that one more time here. So they're saying, okay, so the principal says "Mag bar America," which means death to America, and the students say "death to Palestine." So you can tell the Iranian people do not like the so-called Palestinians. They reject the Palestinian narrative. There is no Palestine. They support Israel. These young people in Iran support Israel. They are the most pro-Israel country in the Middle East, folks. They are the most pro-Israel generation in decades or in centuries in Iran. from the Persian people. This goes back to what I've taught, and again, the symbiotic relationship between the Persian people and the Jewish people. So the guy then goes and starts telling them, death to Israel. And they say, death to Philistines. And they don't know what to do. Just watch this one more time. This is so funny. Just watch a little bit of this one more time. This is so funny.
Oh my God! My God, Palestine! My God, Israel! My God, Palestine! My God, Israel! My God, Palestine!
Oh my gosh, I have to laugh at that. But let me show you another video. This video is from Iran, right after the overthrow of the government in 1979. Now, the reason I just showed you the video before is I'm telling you, the Iranian people, and especially the young people, and I've covered this before, 50% of Iran is under the age of 30 years old. It is one of the youngest populations on the planet, well-educated, well-versed, articulate, creative, musical, talented, and these guys know what's going on, these young people. And when I was on Iran Alive Ministries on Monday, live into Iran, which was amazing. That was the first time, again, I said, if you guys joined us late, that we were going into Iran live. I've never done a live program directly into Iran. And the response that we were getting and the understanding of the situation by young people. In fact, the host of that program, he's very young. He's from Iran. He lived in England, and then he came to the States. And he's very young, but they were not even alive during the overthrow in 1979, like as I was. They didn't, they weren't living it, but yet they understand it. They know they will never accept a deal. They will tell you, no deal, never, ever, 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 ever. And so the right response in this situation is finish the job. That's got to be the right response. Hashtag finish the job. No deal, finish the job. Right? That should be our hashtag. No deal, finish the job. You guys can post that on Facebook. That's what should be hashtagged on every page right here. No deal, finish the job. I forgot to add the hashtag. So here we go. Here's the hashtag. So that's what we should be. Let's see if that, why didn't that work? Right there. Right there. There you go. No deal. Finish the job. You guys can hashtag that. That's our right response to Iran. That's our right response to the situation of these supposed deals. It will never happen. They will never accept it. They will never tolerate it, the people of Iran. And we're sitting here and we're making decisions again. This is why I said from the very beginning of this thing, let Israel finish the job. They should have let Israel finish the job last year. They shouldn't have interfered and taken credit as Trump has. And now they're dictating to the Iranian people what's going to happen. Nothing is going to work. Yeah, I mean, Jules, good luck with trying to meet with, even if Mojtaba is alive, everything that I've read is that he's severely wounded, and, good luck with that. If he's on a phone call, if Trump is dumb enough to be on a phone call with somebody that is claiming to talk for Mojtaba, from everything that I've heard, then they're bigger fools than I thought, as far as their supposed intelligence of what they think is happening inside Iran. I'm telling you that it is now a military coup. Remember, the IRGC is decentralized. They have mercenaries from other countries that have come into Iran. That's why the money aspect is so important. Cut off the money, cut off the money, cut off the money, cut off the money. Because that's the only way you're going to choke this regime out, is ultimately by cutting off their money, and then at some point helping to arm the Iranian people. But no deal, no deal, no deal, no deal. Finish the job, no deal. It will never, ever, ever work. And yet, we continue to see the anti-Jewish, anti-Israel sentiment. Did you see this headline? Israeli plane diverts to Croatia after Slovenia, which is a Muslim country, prevents flight from landing because they don't want Jews in their country. It's just, it's unbelievably disgusting what is going on. And we're going to talk about Paris just here in a minute. We just have a few minutes to wrap up. And I want you to watch a video of Paris burning and what's going on. Man, we've warned people for years about Western Europe. Western Europe is our future if we don't wake up. And that was the message that I gave to Texas. That's the message that I'm going to give all over America. We are now, right now, we are very quickly going to be behind Western Europe, England, France, Germany, and these countries if we do not stop Islam in its tracks. If we do not boldly, as the Lieutenant Governor of Indiana said, Islam is a death cult, he is absolutely correct. He's gotten lambasted for it in the media, but that's absolutely correct. Islam is a death cult. Islam has no place in America. That's factually correct. Doesn't mean we hate Muslims. Doesn't mean that we don't want them to come to Christ. It means we understand that this ideology is an antichrist spirit, cannot coexist with Western values. But I want to show you this video really quick of Iran. This was a video. They were interviewing people in Iran. These are people in Iran who were supporters of the Shah. They were warning people. They were warning people back then about what was about to happen in Iran. These are pro-Shah demonstrators a few days before the supposed Islamic Revolution. Listen to what they say. Listen to how they're begging. Listen to the warnings that they give. And this is the same warning that I would deliver to America today. Here we go. Let's see. Oh, let me just refresh this really quick, and then it will play. They're chanting for the Shah.
When you look at the crowds today, you have maybe 5,000 to 6,000 people here. On the streets yesterday, 1 million people, 1 million Iranians in the street for the Ayatollah Khomeini. Does that not give you concern? Does that not make you afraid?
Because they are afraid. Yeah, that's right. And most of the people, they don't say anything because they are afraid. And they are in silence, they don't say anything.
Is this the silent majority of Iran out here now?
Yes, that's right.
You want the Shah to return?
Yes, Shah. Country.
Listen to what she says, folks. Listen to what she says.
Why do you want the Shah? Why does she want the Shah?
No security because of them. They looted our homes. They have to give everything you have to us. They told us the Shah's gone, now you're alone. Threw all of us out of our home. So I wanted to show you that video. So that you can understand. These were those in those days, like my father, who were warning people about what was coming. And that's why I'm here tonight telling you there is no deal to be had. The Iranian people that have lived through this for 47 years, folks, they will never accept a deal. They will never tolerate whoever's left in this demonic regime. It will not happen. And what will happen is if you empower them and give them billions of dollars to regroup, what will happen is they will not only continue to carry out their jihad across the world through their proxies, continue to try to destroy Israel, wipe Israel off the face of the planet, but they will also, and of course they're attacking the Arab countries around them, but they will massacre more of their people. And the Iranian people will not sit by quietly. And they will not, because Iran has already gone through what Western Europe is waking up to. Here's the article it's a great article. The death of France, the secret report Macron is hiding. Let me quickly just break this down for you. By the way, the latest coming in from Iran International, let me just go to this here real quick. They're saying that supposedly, again, part of this deal, U.S. will recover Iran's enriched uranium in the not too distant future, Trump said. It's always in the future, anytime soon, anytime it's going to happen, anytime. And negotiations are going well. And this is a joke. It's absolutely a joke. But here is this crux of this article after. Well, first of all, let me show you what happened. So this was the latest that happened in France after Paris Saint-Germain, one of their football teams, soccer teams, won the championship or some championship. And the mostly Muslim Arab migrants burned France, burned cars, burned at the base of the Eiffel Tower. Watch this video here of one of this quick little clip here. Here we go. Why did it stop here? Let me refresh that 1 second real quick. Here we go. So this is mostly North African, Middle Eastern men burning Paris down, looting, rioting. Here's another video of what was going on. Watch this. You win the championship, this is what you do. Look at all this fun. Look at all this Middle East female. So now this article, what it's talking about is that there's a report. It says even the French police did not enter without backup. Ambulances sent escorts before responding to calls. In the lost territories of Marseille, law enforcement officers disguised themselves as Muslims before making arrests. France's own intelligence service has mapped 150 such districts across the country. Man, a former senior official of French foreign intelligence put it in numbers. These enclaves exist in 859 cities in France and 4 million people. 6% of France's entire population live inside them. But in these areas, it is majority Muslim. 859 enclaves. There was a time when Paris was the most romantic city in the world. You could stop on the banks of the Seine at dusk, buy a baguette, bottle of wine from the corner shop, sit on the stone steps above the water, and feel without irony that life was generous and civilization was real. The light on the river, the smell of the bread, the sound of French, that particular music of a language assumes beauty is worth the effort. That Paris is gone. This is the story of how it fell. This is the story of the fall of France. Now, this is done by Behind the Narrative, Death of France. I'm going to put this link in the comments. So if you go to the comments on live chat, if you're in our live chat, please do that. So, yeah, Pukiel, by the way, great point there about California, where a lot of the Iranians are beginning to vote more conservative. Typically, these Iranians, particularly in California, are very leftist. They are very, they tend to vote Democrat, but more are voting conservative, are voting Republican. Of course, many of them had supported Trump before this, bad deal, no deal. And so it is, this article is very, very telling. It talks about a classified document landed on Emmanuel Macron's desk in April 2024. 73 pages, stamped secret defense. The document had one purpose: answer the question that French politicians have been avoiding for 20 years. What is actually happening in the country and who is making it happen? Macron read it and locked it in a drawer. For months, the report sat classified and untouched, while the streets of Saint-Denis continued to empty of French faces, while the mosques of Marseille continue to fill. While the call of prayer continued to replace the sound of French in neighborhoods that were on every map, still France. Then it leaked. In May 2025, Le Figaro obtained the full document and published it. It was a detailed, deliberate, patient-funded, and coordinated plan across borders, a plan to take over France, not by force, but from the inside. And remember, I have covered for you that between immigration or migration, the migration replacement coming from Agenda 2030, combined with France's low birth rate, combined with the Muslim birth rate in France being over 5, combined with the fact that over 43% of children born in 2024, that was 2024, that number is probably higher now, were born as Muslims. So demographically and based upon their absolutely horrific and failed immigration, migration, refugee policies, the rape culture, all of it, this is leading to the death of France. Goes on to say, this is the plan detailed stage by stage. Stage 1, the pray, and it goes through that. I encourage you to, here, let me just quickly, I know we're over time. Let me just quickly share this here with you, and you can just see a little bit of it here. But here is stage 1, the pray. They talk about this. I don't know if I can make it a little bit. There we go. Then stage 2, here's a picture, in Marseille, typically we see this praying on the streets. Stage 2, build the world, ecosystems. Then it gets to stage 3, the infiltration of the state from within. This is where America's already at, right? Like what the Muslim Brotherhood talks about. Muslim Brotherhood affiliated candidates run for local school board, blah, blah, blah. Like over all the major cities, remember, in the UK have Muslim mayors now. Then stage 4, the 4 in hand. The ecosystem does not fund itself behind every mosque in Strasbourg, every Quranic school in Lille, every Muslim Brotherhood affiliate association in the suburbs of Paris. There is a wire transfer. And behind the wire transfer, there is a government. And behind every mosque in France, there is a salary. And most of those salaries are paid from either, oh, surprise, Turkey or Qatar. What a surprise. Have we not been warning you? Have I not been warning you that the Muslim Brotherhood is the main funding for the Brotherhood is coming from now Turkey and Qatar? We've been telling you that for several years now. Turkey controls its Muslim diaspora through a single instrument, the Diyanet. And then it talks about, of course, Qatar. Stage 5, the useful idiots like Macron. And then it goes into stage 6, the silence of Macron. And stage 7, the end game. France better wake up. So again, I encourage you, go read this article, excellent article on the death of France, the death of Paris. And folks, that's what's coming to America. That's what's already in America. Not only in New York City, only in Minnesota, not only in Michigan, but in New Jersey, in Virginia, in Chicago, in parts of Colorado, in obviously Dallas, Texas, Plano, Texas area, in Houston and Sugar Land, in parts of Florida, here in Tennessee, in Memphis especially. This is what we're warning about. This is the Islamic infiltration. And this is what we got to wake up. Meanwhile, we're sitting here messing around with deals from all of these things. And it's incredible. It's incredible. So, but listen, we understand God is in control. We understand these are the last days. And some of you are already posting, commenting about that. And I agree with you. We are in the last days. And I think that God has allowed, even under Trump, many of the prophetic things to continue, including the hatred of Israel, including beginning to, we're seeing America turn on Israel more and more on both sides again, the Jew hatred. And we're seeing moving towards the global agenda, the control system, I'll have to do a show with Patrick Wood here soon on what's going on with the technocracy in the cars, in obviously travel, in our currency, all these things that are being controlled. So, folks, we got to pray. We got to wake up. We got to continue to sound the alarm. We got to continue to warn. We got to continue to be salt and light and pray. And then we got to continue to pray for boldness with the gospel. And that's what this documentary is. So again, encourage you, go to Salem, watch salemnow.com if you want to watch the Great American Conflict, which we talk about a lot of this in the documentary. And please share that link. Please help others to watch it. And if you, people have asked me, is it coming out on DVD? I don't know yet. I don't know if we're going to be able to get physical copies of it. For now, we're just encouraging people to do the streaming. By the way, I am praying about it. Would you pray about? We're trying to see if we can do a screening of the movie here in East Tennessee with questions. But we got to pray for God to wake up his people. So thank you guys for joining us tonight. Again, pray for Iran. Pray for the people of Iran. Pray that these deals fall through. Pray that the agenda of the enemy will be exposed, and the agenda of this Islamic Republic, which is a demonic hand of Satan, will be exposed. There is no deal to be had. Every deal is false. Every deal is trickery. And pray that it will just fall apart. That God will confound their plans and it will fall apart. So thank you guys for joining us again tomorrow night. I'll be back, Lord willing, at 8 o'clock, same time, 8 o'clock Eastern, but hopefully in studio. And we'll have our next show tomorrow night. So again, this is a special show tonight. Wanted to give you an update. We'll be back tomorrow night with other more breaking news and with your questions. So have a blessed night. One final thing again, if you want to support our ministry, whoops, not there. If you want to support our ministry, there's the link. You can keep us going, keep us on the air, keep us traveling. Just keep us going and help us to continue to speak the truth in love, and help us to continue to equip the body of Christ, equip all over the world. Again, I can't thank the Lord enough for the opportunity to get to share the gospel and share my testimony, and encourage Iranians inside Iran, live on TV through satellite that we did Monday night through Iran Alive Ministries. Great ministry, Iran Alive Ministries. Encourage you to join them, pray for them, especially for their work in the underground churches, which is remember, Iran is the fastest growing church numerically on the planet. Greatest revival happening inside Iran. So please pray for that. Iran is going to break free at some point. This is going to bust forth, because God is doing such a work in Iran. It's going to affect the Middle East and the world. But we are in the last days. God's word is coming to pass, and we got to pray for boldness, for salt, for light again, and for our stability and strength to stand our ground, not be compromising. God bless you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for all your support, for prayers, and of course, a special thank you to our Gideon Army. Again, when I get back in the studio tomorrow night, I'm going to read some thank you notes. I've had these thank you cards from people who have supported our ministry, and I want to read these cards on air because I'm hoping it'll be an encouragement to you as well. But thank you all who've supported this ministry. Can't tell you enough thank you. You're such a blessing. You equip us to go to be the messenger of Christ, and you partner with us. And thank you especially for those who have joined our Gideon Army, who support us on a monthly basis with prayer and with financial support. You guys are the glue that holds this thing together. So all glory goes to God. He gets all the credit. I would not be here because of him, unless it was because of him. And so we give him all the glory. But thank you guys too as well. So see you tomorrow night, Lord willing, same time, 8 o'clock Eastern. For tonight, I will say good night. And I'll see you guys tomorrow night in studio. Have a great rest of your night. Lord bless you. Be safe out there until tomorrow night.